Tonight is May 21st. The end of the world did not happen, and this is a live recording of session 37 of our D&D campaign, Dungeons & Drogans. Last session, Coltaine, Wintier, and Sorrow descended the chains into an enormous chamber. A yawning black portal dominated the northern wall. Something strained against the darkness within, as if it were a thin film keeping back a vicious clawed beast. Before the black portal stood Kalarel. He held by the throat the underpriest the Drogans had sent down the pit, who was injured but very much alive. Kalarel said, "You have failed me for the last time, Reginald," then hurled him backwards into the black portal where the claws swallowed him up. In this room, the Drogans also saw the imp they'd previously encountered, a host of undead sentinels, a human woman wielding a maul, a dwarf wielding a warhammer, and Sorrow recognized these as Morgan and Rhekd, minions of Kalarel. Battle commenced. Coltaine headed west, charging towards Kalarel, as his companions headed east, dealing with the undead. The dwarf called out to Kalarel from across the room, "We were never with you, Kalarel. We don't worship Orcus." He and Morgan then joined the Drogans in their battle against Kalarel. Kalarel replied, "I find your lack of faith disturbing," then spoke to the tiefling and said, "Sorrow, you have been at my side all this time. Don't make me destroy you." Sorrow called upon her knowledge of magical rituals and began closing the portal. Kalarel reduced Coltaine to 4 hit points with a shadowy bolt and said, "I have you now." Coltaine, out of healing surges, said, "I'm not done yet," and with one swing of his sword, chopped through 2 skeletons and charged up to Kalarel. Kalarel said, "Impressive," then went on to say, "Duvenstall has taught you well. Coltaine, you do not yet realize your importance. You've only begun to discover your power. Join me and I shall complete your training." Kalarel then vanished in a puff of smoke and reappeared before the portal. Coltaine replied, "Duvenstall trained me never to bow to the forces of evil. Your reign is over, Kalarel." And with all of the undead re-dead, Coltaine's companions and new surprise allies came to his aid. Kalarel said, "Coltaine, if only you knew the power of the dark side." The imp cast a spell on Coltaine and the human collapsed. Morgan said, "I have a bad feeling about this." Kalarel beat Morgan with his rod, taking her down. As round 8 ended, Coltaine was down, Morgan was down, Sorrow was bloodied, only Kalarel and the imp remained, but Kalarel seemed barely wounded. Kalarel then took a knee before the portal and asked, "What is thy bidding, my master?" The imp reduced Sorrow to 4 hit points. The dwarf joined Sorrow in her efforts to close the portal, then healed Coltaine back up to 5 hit points. Kalarel muttered to the portal, "He will join us or die, my master." Wintier tried to help close the portal, but got zapped by a bolt of energy that fed the rift. The portal then looked like it was on the verge of stabilizing. The dwarf then completed the penultimate step toward closing the rift, leaving the portal teetering on the brink of stabilizing or collapsing. Sorrow completed the final step, and as the portal began shrinking, one last claw reached out and grabbed Kalarel. As it pulled him through the rift, he shouted, "No!" And that's where we left off. Kalarel just got dragged through the rift finished closing, and that leaves the imp. You guys make quick work of him, reducing him to a bloody little corpse.
How about Ashy?
Alright, so Sorrow gets the last hit on him, reducing him to a pile of ash.
Yay! XP now.
Alright, let's do the XP in a bit.
Is Morgan stabilized?
Alright, Rhekd goes over and stabilizes Morgan.
And he rolls an amazing 19 for a total of 29, stabilizing her. Bah! Was a flesh wound.
Oh, and Nick and Doug aren't here tonight. I will be playing the role of Coltaine, and let's leave Wintier for no one for now.
Okay, good. Nobody likes him anyway.
Wintier sulks.
That sounds normal.
Wintier plays around the blood.
He walks
Like a
around the
little kid.
pool of blood. He walks around the pool of blood like in circles.
Alright, well, Sorrow inspects the altar. Does she find anything, like, valuable-ish?
Alright, as Sorrow goes to inspect the altar, Coltaine approaches Rhekd, and Morgan wakes up just as Coltaine comes over. Coltaine says, "Why, thank you for helping us out in that battle. We wouldn't have been able to defeat Kalarel without you."
And Rhekd answers, "We thank you for intervening on time. We had not planned to have so much help in defeating him."
So you had planned to defeat him. You're not like Sorrow here, who just decided to change sides.
We were waiting for the opportune moment. We knew we could not allow him to open the portal, but we were unsure of when to strike. Your arrival hastened our decision.
Well, I'm glad we came when we did then.
Indeed.
My name is
just-
Coltaine. He extends a hand.
Just out of character. I think I'm gonna make this character do like, you know, Teal'c and say indeed a lot. So expect it.
Really?
Alright.
You gonna make that kind of reference?
Dude, come on.
Indeed.
I give you bonus points for coming up with.
Indeed. Man, that word can be used for anything.
No kidding.
Indeed.
You have long hair. Indeed.
You are short. Very, very short.
Indeed. So yeah, wreckage. So yeah.
Wreckage.
Wrecked.
Wreckage decomposes.
While wreckage is decomposing upstairs, Rhekd
Has anybody
takes
actually made
the
my
man's
character
hand.
talk yet?
I made your character say, "I have a bad feeling about this."
Is that the only thing my character has actually said?
Yes.
Good. My character's gonna be a mute except for the.
Alright, brain damage, damage.
I can club you over the head with my warhammer if you want.
No, I just won't
Actually-
generally talk.
Kalarel
Fine,
just
fine.
clubbed you in the head, so you can use that as an excuse.
Yeah, I technically could. Although I still want to say I have a
Reg-
bad feeling about this every now and
Yeah, Rhekd could be like, "I don't get it, she was very talkative before this."
She wouldn't shut up, actually. It was hard to bear her.
Oh my god, that's just me. The character may be female, but she never talked that much.
I'm surprised she wasn't a blonde.
Har har.
So yeah, back to the story here. Rhekd shakes the man's hand and says, "I am Rhekd Hillcrusher, and my friend here is called Morgan.
It's a pleasure to
just
meet
know
you.
We are actually worshippers of Pelor, sent here to stop Kalarel." Wait, Kalarel? No, Is it Kalarel?
Yes, Kalarel.
Okay.
We've only been at this
We
for
are
2
wor-
years now. Or 1 year, whatever.
I don't know how long it's been.
It's
I'm
been
a
over a year.
dwarf. I can't speak English names. I mean, human names. So yeah, we are worshippers of Pelor and came here to stop Kalarel from his ritual. Of course, it took us quite some time to get within his group of crazy worshippers. Why are you here particularly?
Well, although I suppose I'm the only one of my kind left now, were sent by the people of Winterhaven to put a stop to Kalarel and his machinations.
Ah, you come from Winterhaven. Have you met my cousin then? He is a blacksmith there.
Oh, yes, we've met your cousin.
He makes
He's a
fine
fine
dwarven-
fellow.
Aye, he is. I notice you wear a dwarven suit of armor. Did he make it for you?
He didn't actually, but he often does speak highly about dwarven craftsmanship.
Oh, indeed he should. He made my armor, as you see. And Rhekd shows his armor, which is actually another copy of a dwarven armor.
And I noticed your friend Morgan here also wears similar armor.
Yes, indeed. We passed by and okay, wait a minute. How do you want to play this here? You want to say that we like both showed off our armors and like he helped us do some wacky shit on it and blah blah blah.
What?
Like, cause we both have dwarven armors, right? We can make it a story that we passed by Winterhaven, met my cousin, and then after meeting my cousin, we got armors from him as we told him that we were going to do something crazy like this.
You're the one that talks. I'm fine with that.
Are you okay with that, CJ?
Sure.
I just nod.
Alright. Yes, you're very helpful there.
So Coltaine says, well, I would certainly like to talk more, but I think my new companion over there, Sorrow, has the right idea. We should search around in case there's anything else nefarious that needs to be undone.
Does Rhekd know anything needs to be undone?
He knows of nothing else that needs to be undone.
Okay. So Rhekd says, well, now that the portal is closed, there's nothing really else that we need to do here.
And in the meanwhile, Sorrow finds a secret cache on the altar with hundreds of gold pieces hidden behind it, and lying on top of the altar is a +2 magic dagger.
I could just imagine someone running up to it. Oh my god! The dagger has a +2 modifier!
Also of note, when Kalarel was being dragged through the portal, his helmet came off. It is a horned helmet, or helm, rather.
I don't really need it. Well, actually, I'll inspect it. So Rhekd grabs the helm and inspects it.
It is a magic helm. Anyone wearing it deals an extra 1d6 damage on charge attacks.
Well,
Great,
that's very
good here.
useless. Very useless for my character.
Man, I could have dropped, but I had my cleric.
Yeah. So does Sorrow search anything else?
Can she inspect the statue? See if it's just like a normal statue, or if it's like something special-ish.
Alright, Sorrow inspects the large statue of Orcus that stands opposite where the portal was, and finds nothing special about it.
Does Rhekd know if there's any like hidden stash of gold or hidden stash of stuff in the room?
He does not know of any such thing.
Yeah, okay.
He knew that Kalarel had a stash, but he's pretty sure that Sorrow just found it.
Okay, so basically Rhekd says, I think you've pretty much found all of Kalarel's gold.
Alright then, let's move on. Go back to town.
Very well.
You notice that although the white exploded, it left behind the cloak that it was wearing. It's kind of full of gore, but it's still there.
Ooh, is it shiny?
What's a white?
It's something that's not black.
It is a white-skinned undead.
Oh, okay, now I know.
I can tell you that in the 3rd edition version of the game, whites were a pain in the ass.
Yeah, lots of undead were level drainage. Yikes.
CJ,
Boy, we had lots of
Yep.
fortitude saves to make.
for my character to communicate in a way similar to charades, what do I actually need?
Uh,
Like, what kind of check would I have to make?
it's definitely between intelligence and wisdom, and I can see why you would think wisdom, but I think of animals. Animals don't have low wisdom, they have low intelligence, and animals are not really capable of communicating, you know, other than the most basic things, so I think it would be intelligence-based.
Oh, crap. I have an intelligence of 8.
You're a dumb paladin!
I never said I was smart. Sure, I should say I never said my paladin was smart.
Yeah.
Everything else was important. Kind of. Oh, this should be a blast.
CJ, where
Yes.
was the church that we were coming from? Like Marla the priest? Like how far is it?
A couple days away.
Is it like in the general direction of Winterhaven, or is it like in the opposite direction or whatever?
Wait, sorry, when I said it's a couple weeks away, and, I mean, Winterhaven is just a couple hours away.
Okay. So Rhekd does tell Coltaine, after we return to Winterhaven, me and Morgan will have to return to our church to report back to our priestess.
Very well. We will discuss things more on the way back to Winterhaven.
Very well done. And then Rhekd starts leaving.
So
Sorrow
Rhekd starts
inspects this
climbing the
phone.
chains Alright, Sorrow finds that the cloak is a +2 elven cloak. Grants a +2 enhancement bonus to Fortitude, Reflex, and Will, as well as a +2 item bonus to the wearer's stealth checks.
Funny how our whatchamacallit just died.
You mean there? Whatchamacallit?
He means Autumn,
Whatever.
whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
Well, Sorrow folds it and puts it in her backpack.
We'll put the helm on Coltaine for now, unless Morgan wants it.
Morgan nods no.
Alright, so Coltaine will keep the helm, since he might charge into battle.
Coltaine will keep the helm because he keeps all the magic items anyway, so...
So if he dies, we need to loot his corpse, you're saying?
Alright, so
Yeah.
Coltaine takes the horned helm. Sorrow... he doesn't put it on just yet, though. He's not exactly comfortable wearing Kalarel's evil helm. Right now, at least. He puts it in his pack. Sorrow
Maybe he
packs
should get
up
blessed.
the elven cloak. If only there was a priest or a paladin or some kind of holy people around to do that.
To do what?
Anyway, okay, so Coltaine takes the helm, Sorrow takes the cloak. Does no one take the dagger?
Wait, there's a dagger too?
Yes, I
Plus
said
2
that
dagger.
Sorrow found on the altar a +2 magic dagger. And
Oh,
a
okay.
secret cache of hundreds of gold coins. Did you not catch that at all?
Apparently not. Well, Sorrow's gonna take the dagger. It's just a +2 dagger, that's it?
This dagger provides a +2 enhancement bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls. It also deals an extra 1d6 damage on a critical hit.
To damage anything.
Yes.
Again, my character doesn't need such items, so one of the attackers should have it. Maybe Wintier, considering he has absolutely nothing when he uses other than his bow. Anyways, I'm gonna take a short rest with my character.
Go ahead.
Do we divvy up the gold now, or we're gonna wait till we get to town?
You can divvy it up now.